Livey, hello! Good after evening, night. Nice to see you all. Good after evening, night. Can Nick give our intros all the time?
At this rate, we're just going to have him write and if we ever get a sponsor, it's just he's going to write it and he's going to be like, so this guy sponsored us and yes.
Listen, man, if nothing, it's positive.
We can put the brand on booty shorts and make Nick twerk for the camera.
Oh, no. Anyways,
I'm not.
Welcome.
That's for Patreon.
Welcome to another episode of the Couch Cooperative. We're so grateful to have you here. We are not beginning our third campaign here on the channel. We are actually going to be playing a high-stakes, high-level, level 20 mini-series that you are going to be joining with us on. So welcome to this little journey that we have. I have a content warning at the top of this mini-series. So,
very nice.
if you're watching this on YouTube, I will put this in the description, but the nature of this particular mini-series that we have is intended for a mature audience. This is outside of the normal intention for mature audiences that we have with the natural state of improvising that we do here on the channel to give people the freedom to have a little bit of loose fun. The themes that I'm introducing in this game are going to be intended for a mature audience. So if that's not you, this isn't for you. If you have to take a break for whatever reason you may feel so, do so. That being said,
I don't think I'm ready.
Let's begin. You guys are going to enter
Even
the
you don't
Palace
think you're ready.
of Shadows.
Hey.
And you're right, Betray. If you truly think that you're ready, we do begin with you.
Here we go, boy. If a goblin comes into play, can I roleplay the goblin?
No.
Damn it.
Lux, your life has been difficult. Quite difficult. From a tragic beginning with the death of your family, the death of your village, to the self-imposed exile from Waterdeep, bearing the burden of the name the Butcher of Waterdeep, a name you were innocent of. A name that caused terror through the streets of the Waterdeepian nobility as you knew your brother slew lesser nobles one by one. The damage that he had done to people is stuff that even you to this day don't speak of. To your self-imposed exile in Greenest, which began the longest journey you've ever been on. You fought goblins, you fought kobolds, you warded off a dragon attack, you traveled the world, made friends, allies, became the champion of gods, and slew one. There was a fight scene that we did in that first campaign that has left an imprint on you among the streets of Waterdeep when this twisted version of your brother Nox Everis, who had fully given his soul over to the goddess Tiamat, had brought 3 dragons with him to assault the people of Waterdeep, to strike fear in the hearts of men before the tyranny of dragons was laid to rest. And while it was you that killed him, it was also you that cleansed him. Since then, you have been focused on finding a way where the soul you know was restored to its original soul. To find it wherever it was displaced. And to save it, to rescue it, whether that meant bringing it back into the material plane, bringing your brother back, or laying it to rest in a better afterlife. In order to know fully what it is you're saving, we do have to take a little bit of a trip to remember the Nox that used to be. And so that's what we're going to have to do. For this, you are back at your old home, which is a farm village. You are 6 years old.
Yo, you grew up like this.
6 years old, and
6?
You are just a small little tiefling, yellow-skinned, not really well known amongst the people of your village. They're very friendly to you, very respectful. Your parents are obviously in charge of everything you do. But at the current moment, you're outside, and there's goats kind of all over the place, and you're kind of hiding amongst the bushes that surround the goats because you and your brother enjoy this fun little game where you run up to some of the goats. They're fainting goats, so you startle them, and and fall over. And it's this fun little game that you guys play. So I need you to go ahead and roll a stealth roll for me real quick. And you're going to go ahead and add a +2 to that bonus because you're 6 years old and you're a little bit dexterous at this age of your life. But you're not a skilled adventurer, so you only get a +2 bonus.
Do we get to know what 6-year-old Lux look like?
Yeah, it looks like a little yellow-skinned tiefling boy.
Oh, hell yeah.
What kind of agriculture is at this farm?
Yeah, it's a self-sustained village. So basically the crops that they grow are designed to help sustain the animals sustain the people sustain the crops.
Ooh.
What'd you roll?
17.
17. Okay, so you have advantage, and I need you to go ahead and make an intimidation roll. As you're hiding amongst the bushes, go ahead and roll. You have advantage on this intimidation roll.
See if I roll 20.
And you're going to be adding a +1 to this roll.
Okay, that's an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So, you're hiding amongst the bushes, and your brother is with you, little Nox. And you guys are about the same age. He's a little bit younger than you. And he kind of goes, Lux, look! There's a whole bunch of them. His voice is a little bit loud. You know, it's probably going to catch the goats off just a little bit too early. So, you're quickly like, Lux, shut up, stop. You're going to scare him. Lux, come on, you do it, do the thing. So you do. You turn over to the goats and pop out, and falls over, just picks up and drops. And there's 3 of them that you get, and you just see your brother rolling on the floor, laughing. He's howling with joy. Very few opportunities that you guys get to actually get away from the majority of your village and have just these little bit of fun time. But when you do, you absolutely enjoy it. The 2 of you really don't get into that much trouble. There really isn't a lot to do to get into trouble. Now, this would be a little bit more of some of your normal shenanigans, and you spend the better part of 10 minutes just kind of bouncing back and forth and scaring the different goats that you see, before one of the farmers runs over and is like, you kids, get away from my goats! And you guys run off as quick as you can. It starts to get to the later part of the day about this point, and so fortunately, around that time, the animals begin to kind of quiet down. You're also a little bit of a distance away, and you guys are kind of Nox gets the opportunity and is like, oh, so are we going to do it again tomorrow? Because that was a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Okay. Can I try to scare him this time? Yeah, you do it really well, but
It takes a lot of practice.
I've been practicing, right?
I say you can.
Okay, I can do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You lead tomorrow.
Oh, boy. I'm excited. Okay, tomorrow. Tomorrow it is. You promise? Pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
You gotta go ahead and lock the pinky promise. That was the last good conversation you ever had with Nox. What happened next is ingrained in your vision dramatically. Flashes of fire, roars of thunder, screams of agony, mixed with chaos and confusion. What you know today to be a dragon's attack, a Luthra, a dragon you've met before in your travels, a part of this metallic dragon council that you had entreated with, razed this village to the ground. Nothing was left. You and your brother were able to get away. Ever since then, it's one horror after the next. From the death of animals who you two enjoyed frightening in a playful manner, began to engage torturously. Things that you showed affection to would be punished. You didn't know how to explain it growing up. And a part of it always felt wrong, but this was your brother. And you two were alone. You made your way to Waterdeep, and a lone clock tower became your home. Lived together, you lived poor, you stole what you needed, you hoped that you didn't take anything else. You started to notice that might not have been true. A necklace, a ring, they would come and go. Fancy items as you and Nox hit your young adult years. And the two of you were very good with people. Good at reading them, good at distracting them, good at worming your way into the passions and their desires, their insecurities, and their hopes and joys to pull small cons here and there to get what you needed. You never acquired these types of things before. It was always food, clothing, materials that you might have needed for your little homes, like a pillow, a bedroll, right? You found ways to steal necessities, but these didn't feel like necessities. Not to you. And yet, you began to notice that Nox held a fondness of them. They began to come in more often. At about this time, the streets of one of Waterdeep's many districts began to be flooded with rumors of death, rumors of fear amongst the night. Women were found in their homes, ripped open and ripped apart. It was a terrifying time to live in Waterdeep. The nobility were treated like animals. It created the moniker for this killer as the Butcher of Waterdeep because of the effect of butchery that was enacted upon the many noble women that were claimed under his reign of terror.
Why were the nobles treated like animals? Because they were all suspect?
No, the nobles were treated like animals in terms of they were butchered. They were...
Oh.
Yes. People walked out at night with a fear. And so you and Nox took advantage of that opportunity to get more things, to get the things that you needed. You had more time to get it. If things were left out at night, they were ripe for the picking. It never occurred to you that you were sharing the same living space with a person capable of committing heinous crimes. Heinous and horrific. You were put under blame for all of it. Nox had shifted the blame unto you. The city watch tried to arrest you, and it forced you to flee. That's what brought you to Greenest in the first place. You never saw Nox again.
How old was he? How old were you when you fled?
Like
14, 15?
Oh, he's younger than he was young adult years.
Like 19, 20.
21?
I think it was like 20 or 19 or something.
You never saw Nox again. Not until you were locked in a cage of bone in a raiders camp outside of Greenest, and a masked figure
I remember that.
undonned a mask, and you were face to face with your brother. Many years went by.
Wasn't that where I tried burning down the encampment with like an arrow or something? A fire arrow?
It was fun. Lux, the past few weeks for you, in terms of sleep, has been very difficult. You push sleep off for fear of what it brings. Because the brightest of lights cast the darkest of shadows. As the King's Justice, you are the epitome of a pillar of light, a pillar of justice, of truth, of honesty, of virtue. And the shadow that is your brother has nagged behind you ever since.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
One after the other. One plagues you vividly, and you are not sure if you've conceived of this dream on your own, or if this is a dream that is being fed to you. But I'm going to describe it for you anyways. You find yourself in a lush room. Padded chairs, padded sofas, end tables with bottles of luxurious wines and glass chalices that are half full. A warm lit fire and hearth on this long padded couch.
Damn.
A lover's embrace,
Damn.
intimate, is being engaged. And as it ends, a loosely clothed noble woman departs to grab the chalices of wine and is held back softly as a yellow-skinned tiefling male, loosely clothed, goes to kind of take that job. To be like, no, I got it. You sit down. He grabs the chalices, he fills them up, and you see your brother standing before you. You are kind of formless in these dreams, so it feels like you've been visually placed in the room, that you can see, that you can experience, that you can observe with multiple senses. You can smell the perfumes of this woman and know that she delights in the finest of things. You can feel the silks and the softness of them. You can see the level of detail that goes into cleaning this room, but you also can see the level of detail it takes to hide this type of an affair. Now, as your brother fills up the chalices so that they're full, he carries them quite seductively and brings them over in this amorous display of affection, handing off one chalice to the lady who begins to drink from it. He begins to drink from his and he sits next to her. Your beauty, my darling, is unfounded. She blushes at this poetic compliment. I guess your husband is the lucky one, and he gets to sleep with you every night. And she kind of gives off that, like,
She for the streets.
she gives off this like
smelly.
she gives off this like playful, like, oh, like it's just where I lay my head for the night kind of retort.
It was nice.
Have I ever told you of my theory behind the creation of beauty? Just like, of course you haven't.
Now I'm getting annoyed, Nick. What the fuck? He's an artist.
He looks in her eyes and say, back at the beginning of the time, there was nothing. There had to have been, because things exist. We know things are created. And yet the gods in their wonder created things to be held, things to be enjoyed. Holds on to her hands as he says this to add some emphasis to his words. They say that the gods of love, the gods and goddesses of love, were ever thrilled to inject their nature into the world, to bring life and vibrancy. And to us, the wicked and debaucherous, creatures.
So he likes the love.
I believe firmly that over time, every single woman that stood before you
What a fuck boy.
was a template for your beauty.
Oh, jeez.
A design with which the gods knew that the ultimate form of beauty would be found in your person. He puts a hand against her cheek and she kind of nudges into it. Her head kind of arced and turning.
What was her
He
name?
kind of leans forward.
I'm gonna go throw up. I'll be right back, guys.
It's such a shame.
Can I talk at all?
No.
But I try.
You've seen this so many times and you know what comes next. And every single time that you wish to speak, it's a sense of warning now.
Oh no.
A sense of you need to run.
Oh
And you
no.
need to flee. Because you have had to watch after this line of...
Does he kill her?
It's such a shame. The speed with which a blade can be thrusted into her neck is unmatched.
Damn.
And as quick as it is, you hear the gurgling of choked blood in her throat. And blood spray out amongst his face and starting to get down from the wound. And he leaves the blade in there.
So
And he's
that's
still
the
holding
butcher.
on to her head and begins to grab the back of the hair in this like forceful grip as he begins to lift her up out of her seat. It is a shame that filth like you get to walk around parading yourselves as if you're something worth anything. You are nothing but a failed draft. Beauty is not found within you. Rather, I will find the beauty
shit.
within you. As he says that, the blade is thrusted
Oh,
forward,
no.
and so it slices through the neck and is sent outside the back of the neck. And
Gabe, you
the
missed it.
wound is so large that it's spraying all over the place, and she can't scream. There's blood in her throat. There's blood in her lungs. She can't vocalize her fear. She can't vocalize the suddenness, the recognition that I'm dying. And she collapses to the ground immediately, but his grip doesn't loosen. And so he maneuvers around the body so fastly and has her by the hair. Do you hear that sound? As she's like choking. That is a symphony. An orchestra of the gods. One in which every single one of you cockroaches are crushed underfoot for the pain that you endure on the world. You see a tear run down her cheek. Oh, there's no need to cry. You will be the object of beauty in just a short time. No one will miss you. Now come on, we have art to make. And he begins to drag her across the floor, outside of the room where the door is violently shut.
This is some gnarly fanfic, bro. What the fuck is this? Sorry. I won't say that again.
This dream you've seen every night for the past 3 weeks. And you've been busy throughout all of this. You've been busy entertaining a small band of adventurers in the Savage Frontiers that have been trying so hard to fight giants. It has been kind of a weight for you to balance this growing stress.
Dude,
that
the
you've been
whole time
facing.
we're bothering him.
Yes.
He's
Now-
going through this.
Last night's dream is different than anything that you faced. In fact,
What?
where we last left off, in a small chamber, a study of yours in the wing of the sort of the council in Waterdeep, where the Archmage Lethariel from the Brotherhood of the Archmage Brotherhood.
Yeah.
The nightmare you had right before that was unlike anything that you had ever experienced up until this point.
Oh my gosh, dude.
just need a paper.
Oh, what did you say?
He needed a notebook.
So, Lux, I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh.
And then depending on that roll, I have one more for you.
Yikers.
Ask
It's
him.
not that bad. 16.
16. Okay, so now
That's
you need
not
to make a
bad.
charisma save, and you have advantage on it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you get a bonus.
He's gonna succeed on
I
the
suck at
charisma.
charisma saves.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fucking plus
Being a
11.
sorcerer. Right. Then you have advantage.
Get a crit. What was that? Let me tell you. 15.
Okay. That's
26.
What did I get?
It's not 26.
Oh, no. Better than that, dude. Oh, come on. Better than that, dude. Come on.
Wait, 15.
Oh, yeah, that'll
oh, yeah,
work.
no, you're right.
26?
26.
Okay.
Come on,
DC was 25. You succeed.
Damn! Holy shit.
Oh my
1
God.
point, dude. By the nick of it.
Lux, you find yourself in a chamber of shadows. At the farthest end of this chamber is a child. The features in this chamber are hazy, but the child is not. Young, innocent. Your brother. A golden glow across his body. You know this is spiritual, his form. It's not material. You seem so distant, and yet you're able to run towards it, and he looks trapped. His hand reaches out to you, and you hear that 6-year-old sound as he shouts like, Lux! Lux!
I'm gonna run to help him.
Okay, make an athletics roll for me. You begin running towards your brother, running as fast as you can.
18.
18. And when you are able to get to him to where you can hold onto his hands, you grab both of them in your hands and like you get down to your knees so that you can get level with this. Something grabs you quickly and yanks you backwards, and the distance is created in such speed that you don't even recognize that as you look amongst yourself, you are the child that was left behind. The child that was never the same when your parents were killed. And you reach out and shout out for Nox, and the sound is much younger, much more youthful. And the distance just continues to go further and further and further until you land at the farthest end of this chamber, and a shade appears before you. A being of shadows. Reddened eyes, massive horns, wings that are outstretched. But not enough to like see the features, just the form, the visage of this. You don't deserve to find him. After what you've done, I'm going to make sure that you are punished. To watch his loss every day. What you took from me, I will never forgive you. Years in your shadow, I finally became what you made me. I embraced where you put me.
Is this Nox? It's the evil part of it. Dang.
You long for your brother, and you are a fool. I am your brother! We are one and the same. There is no separating us. Are you ready? Are you ready to face him?
You're not my brother.
You're a fool. I've always been your brother.
You're just a coping mechanism. Another beast for me to slay.
Ever the adventurer. Very well. Enjoy your torment, brother. I hope the next hundreds of years of restless and sleepless nights into the heavens are enough to satisfy that answer. As quickly as that nightmare begins, it ends.
I really like this new season of Black Clover.
And you've awoken. You're in your chambers, in your bed, you rise, you are drenched in sweat. This is the first time that you've been plagued with a double nightmare. And
it's like a double
it's
rainbow.
like a double rainbow with none of the fun. Absolutely. It's like, oh, double nightmare. You're in the bathroom with mirror.
You wake up in the back rooms.
How would you, knowing that you've been plagued with this level of sleeplessness for quite some time, what is Lux gonna do in the immediate of waking up? Like, you are drenched in sweat, your heart is literally pumping fast, and you need something to kind of like.
I would go to the restroom and get the.
Whoa!
Hey,
Chill
go
out.
to the sink
Yeah.
to put water on my face.
Yeah, fortunately you have one of those high-end sinks where it's just a rune that's inscribed with create water. And so on command it creates water.
Where does the magic come from? Is it in the stone?
Yeah, it's an imbued spell. It's like a stone faucet.
Does it stay? How does it? But it doesn't need like a constant source of magic.
No, it's enchanted. You guys are legends. You guys have things that are nice. And so you just walk in and say water and
Water.
and
Splash.
you start
Water.
splashing across your face. You know that you have a meeting later today, and you know that today's probably going to be a little bit rough.
I drink.
Nute and Arboris are set to be here sometime today because you need to honor the life of your friend Hakon, who you've been advised recently has passed away.
Alright.
Finally, I'm the strongest melee in the group.
It's a very stressful day, and as it occurs, we cut to the scene where we had ended the Storm King's Thunder, where you guys were celebrating and honoring his life and his death and his friendship. When he was brought into the room by the diviness, Vidania Cardinal,
Mommy.
who saved him from death, and the recognition that your friend is not dead.
Did Hakon have any kids? Are there any
No,
baby
kids?
So there's baby Hakons with no father?
No, they do have a father. There was almost 2 kids that had no father.
But I thought he's going to his funeral right now.
Right, because you guys were still operating under the assumption that Hakon was dead. At the very end of the
Hakon,
campaign,
Lakon,
we reintroduced
Jackon.
Hakon as being alive.
Tack on and
So the way to maybe help to refresh, Vidania had explained that as a
Tack on.
diviner, she's
Oh,
able to
she
see into the
saw it,
future,
yeah.
and so she was able to teleport, grab him, and teleport back. Harshnag was not spared the fate of living, so he is still very much dead.
If you died, I would have brought your children to my fucking monk orphanage.
Yeah, there you go.
And I would have trained them to
Ripped
be
out of their
monks.
mother's arms. Congratulations.
No, they go to high school.
Should have seen it coming.
High
I did it
school?
to my mom.
My school.
Oh.
They all, everyone's kind of departed, and they all have their own places to go. Everyone's busy, and you know that. So the times that you get to meet with the council is few and far between. But it is at this point that Lethariel had arrived, and this is the night of his arrival. And a small conversation had occurred in which we had ended off with a question. He knows where your brother's soul's been found, and he asked you, what do you know of the Shadowfell?
Oh, and I didn't answer, huh?
He didn't let you.
I've only heard stories.
And what stories have you heard, Greytail?
It's a dark place that no one would ever want to go to.
Trying to figure out where my phone just went.
A place where you lose your cellular
Can't
device.
actually see
Call
it.
Ethan.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
Oh.
I needed it for 2 things.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Shadowfell is a replica of sorts. A negative reflection of our world, of our plane. Through it, some of life's darkest features are prominent. And because of that, the smallest of lights are choked. Some can shine so brightly that while they are dimmed, they're still visible amongst the ether and the sea. Your brother's been found. It seems to me that Null, the god of death and undeath, the dragon deity of the Shadowfell, has displaced your brother's soul, the child, the monster, in a prison of his own design.
What?
It is a demi-plane within the Shadowfell, a reflection of our world, your city of Waterdeep, in its darkest, most depraved form. That is where he is. To find him would be dangerous. The god, Null, has two aspects of him. The Reaver and the Guardian of the Lost. He is as every bit terrifying as he is awesome. And it seems he does that in service of Tiamat. Man, you really pissed her off, didn't you? There is a way to get there. It will not be easy.
Nothing is nowadays.
I believe my payment is in order before I continue to share the remainder of what I have for you. I am having an itch for putting this to rest.
I'll put a big old bag of gold in front of
Platinum that you agreed to.
Oh, platinum, yeah.
Yep, 300 pieces of
Filthy
platinum.
fucking rich.
Damn.
300 pieces of platinum? The fuck?
The price is too much.
Couldn't have hired a different
Is that?
No, there's no Kroger version of Lothariel.
Wait, is that 3,000 or 30,000 gold? There's
That's
30?
30,000.
30,000.
Holy moly!
Yeah, no, that's fucking nuts. This guy's a thief.
He hands you a tube, cylindrical tube.
Got a good
It's
job.
encased at one end.
Catheter?
No. And you know that it means there's a scroll that's contained within, so scroll case.
Oh. Pop it over.
This will be your key to the demiplane. I have inscribed every aspect of a ritual that will ensure your capability to walk amongst the realm of darkness. Now, because of the nature of your brother's prison, it's going to require an anchor. See, the Shadowfell can function like a sea, if you would, and storms could be quite turbulent, violent, and can throw the most reputable, indefatigable of sailors off course. So an anchor is needed. My estimations would believe two of the most trusted in the arcane to maintain a ritual that would allow this portal to remain open and usable, so that those who may enter not only may return, but may bring stuff back. Everything is on that scroll. Once you're there, I have no other help to provide. That is what I can determine. Pinpointed exactly where in the sea of darkness he can be found. And it is up to you to navigate that.
How much do I trust this guy?
You don't, but you know... You don't trust him because the Brotherhood marks itself as mages that are willing to do whatever it takes to obtain knowledge. That was... When it came to gathering allies against the Tyranny of the Dragons, you did make an alliance with the Brotherhood. But you knew that that was not a good decision, but it was necessary because they were powerful. You needed them. But you know, with that power, it's come at a cost. At a cost that's probably harmed many people. So is this guy to be trusted? No. Can you believe that he's giving you the information? Surely, because this Lethariel specializes in soul displacement. For what particular reasons, you'd rather not know.
Yeah.
But this is his realm of expertise. You can take his professional advice as something that would mean more to his ego and his sense of control and that thirst for power, more so than a personal slight and an attempt to deceive you.
Damn, you just gave that dude 300 platinum and he bullshitted you?
Maybe.
He's not.
Maybe.
Pick your promise.
Bro, 4x is super safe.
4x? So is 4chan.
To be safe with Lex, because there'd be 2 people holding open this portal, could I hire someone to spy on the portal just in case anything goes wrong?
You imagine that you may need some people to
Like a whole
protect
college.
the ritual. Hiring, you could hire people. There's an adventurers guild that you could hire adventurers that might be specialized in it, depending on whether or not you'd rather go that route. It would provide a level of anonymity in case the people of Waterdeep, in case something were to go wrong, or go right. So if everything goes smooth, then no one has to know.
My village will do it.
But if
for
something
free.
goes wrong and no one was notified, it may look bad. So you could go the route of letting the Open Lord of Waterdeep, Laryl Silverhand, letting her know of what's going on and requesting aid from the Open Lord in this ritual. You're not certain whether or not she would approve. You're not certain whether or not she would lend aid. So I will give that decision to you, whether or not you wish to hire outside adventurers.
Yeah, my tribe will do it.
Can I?
Sure.
Well, can I hire someone from the Harpers?
You can all
Because
the
they'd be good
cousins.
at keeping secrets.
The Harpers aren't the best for doing things that are dangerous for the greater world. And secrets, yes, they love secrets, they love information because information is powerful, but you thread this is an ethical problem that you thread very carefully. You're not sure how many people would be fully on board with opening up a fixed and constant portal into the realm of darkness.
What if we get one of them just to stay and run in case something bad
Because
happens?
I mean, I can't tell everyone. Because whether
The Shadowfell is
I
coming.
have
The
to go
Shadowfell
in.
is coming. I mean, we'll figure it out when we get there.
we need Ball Revere.
Yes.
The shadow is coming.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Lethariel looks to you and goes, well, unless you have any further questions, allow you to ponder your circumstances. I do not envy you. But I am very thrilled with the opportunity that you gave me. And he coughs into a napkin. And as he begins to tuck it away, what's your passive perception?
It is not as good as Varys' surprisingly. It's a 12.
12.
What?
You see that it is speckled with a blackened blood.
Oh
Ew.
my god.
Ew.
But he's offered you the opportunity to ask him any further questions before he leaves.
You gotta have something for him. Wait, can I just
Nope,
clarify?
you're not here.
Aw, man.
When will this portal be ready to open?
Are you kidding me?
Find yourself two very powerful mages. Tell them to follow that scroll, and it will be opened when you wish.
Alright.
Vidania.
I'll go and grab the scroll.
Okay.
And thank you.
And he dimension doors out.
Alright, now can I clarify?
Yes.
So you're saying that Lux, it's Lux the boy and Lux the beast,
No,
and they're
Nox.
separate,
Nox.
or sorry, no, Nox. Nox the boy and Nox the demon, and they're two separate entities right now?
It's a great question of what I'm inferring with that. That is really good.
Darn it, dude.
What I can say is that Lux has been plagued with the memory of Nox before the dragon attack.
Mm-hmm.
Per your backstory, it was the dragon attack that caused your divine blessing, and it was the dragon attack that caused your brother to hate you.
What?
Because he saw your gifts and saw them as good things and never got the attention that you got.
Your brother doesn't deserve to come back to this world, dude.
Damn.
I guess we'll find out.
Bad.
I guess we'll find out. So, you're left in the room alone.
We should just free his soul.
There is a heavy air in this room.
What are you gonna do?
What are you doing? You are going to be guiding this story for right now. Whatever it is that who you want to go to, who you want to get first. You may have to get your friends.
I mean, yeah.
You should try and
so
do it by
there'll be an
yourself.
order to that.
Solo.
Depending on you. You tell me who you wish to see.
You're a solo, dude.
Solo dolo.
Yeah, let us just spectate you go on Lux's adventure to save his brother.
We'll be here.
I can do this on
Could you imagine?
I mean, he could.
We just stopped showing up for the next 3 weeks. It's just him and Katray role playing together.
Man, I'm really sorry for what I do to you if it's just solo. I'm just no old bard.
There's only one powerful wizard that I can think of.
There's two.
No, thank you, dude.
Bredania and Nute.
Hell yeah.
Vidania and Nute are the two most powerful wizards you know.
Nute was a wizard.
That's how powerful he
He's
is.
a very eccentric wizard, being a blade
he's
singer.
like he's just the cult killer. You know?
Yes, he is. He is known as the cult. Well, yeah, he's a butcher of his own right.
So wait, because Hakon's having a friend up right now, right?
Huh?
No, we already cleared all that up. Yeah, they still
Yeah,
think that.
Vidania took Hakon home. Arboris has gone home. Nute's gone home. Everyone's left.
I don't have a home. I have a monastery.
So you know that they're going to to their respective places.
Big fan.
They're not like outside. They're not near you.
We have a long.
You would have to
dinner
make
table.
an effort.
Who's gonna
to go
watch
get
the
them.
kids?
So
I would probably. I'd go talk to Hakon and Vidania.
first,
Why me first, dude?
okay.
Vidania's nice.
All right, dude. How do you knock on the door, dude?
Well, hold on before we go do that.
Pest control.
If I get Vidania,
Let's go ahead and make
Nute's
things a little bit
more
nicer.
Oh yeah, baby. Dude, before you even get like 10 feet from my door, you hear children whining. It's just wah, wah.
Hakon?
This might be good.
Wait, is Hakon
cars, dude?
Hakon's a human, right?
Yeah.
So you head over Hakon's way.
Yeah.
Hakon, do you want to describe to me your house?
A hobbit hill.
It's a no. It's a modest. It's a small. It takes up like a corner of the. Well, wait. Where are we at? We're in
Your home.
Oh, we're at my
Five
village.
sons.
Oh, we're at my village, dude.
You're at your home.
Yeah. Okay.
Crack on.
Then we're up in the White Peak Mountains, baby boy. And
Oh, that's a place you haven't been in quite some time.
yeah,
mountains?
The White Peak Mountains.
dude.
Actually, no, you went to the Grey Peak
The
Mountains.
Great Peak. The Great Peak.
I tried
Mountains.
stabbing his mom there.
That did almost happen.
Whoa.
You
Could you
almost
imagine?
killed
Last
Hakon's
time
mom.
we were here, we almost died.
I almost
Yeah,
stabbed
you
his
almost
mom.
killed Hakon's mom.
That would've been
Yeah,
a-
but he almost killed us.
I know.
Bro,
It
could
was
you-
good.
could
That's
you-
what I'm more worried
Could you
about.
imagine the direction the story went if I killed Hakon's mom?
I would. Because he was almost like fully corrupted at that point.
He was
and
gonna kill
I
me.
posited that would have thrown him over the edge and you would have fought and he would have killed you. So I'm very grateful that didn't happen because we
He's not battle hardened anymore after he's had a family, so I could probably beat him now.
he's grown soft.
Yeah.
His constitution goes up, but his strength goes a little down because he gets the dad bod. Okay, so you're at your village,
Yeah.
and what does your house look like?
It's the architecture is like a traditional Viking Nordic kind of shape, but the finer details and the trimming and all of that is more of an elven design to kind of incorporate both Hakon and Vidania's heritage.
Man.
And you see this merging between the two families. And what's cool about the house is it kind of sits on the edge of the mountain, and so the wall that faces the outermost edge of the mountain, instead of it being a wall, it's just a giant open space, and it just looks off the mountain. It's very cool. It's very interconnected with nature. That's our way. But so you get to the front door, and the front door is like there's candles all along the pathway, and whatever flowers can survive on the mountain.
They flow.
tops.
The candles, they flow.
Hell yeah.
Vidania's been able to imbue them with a levitation,
Hell
so
yeah.
they
And
flow.
it's like stone things that you can step on, but there's grass in between. Not grass, snow in between.
Can I wear like an Obi-Wan robe while I'm up there?
Sure,
Hell yeah, dude.
sure. Do you still want to have like your red silks underneath?
Yeah.
And your
normal
turban?
silks? No, actually.
No turban.
It's just my free-flowing hair.
Okay. He's evolved. You walk up to the home, and you do see some of the other villagers. Obviously, his tribesmen are a little bit more feral. They are. You can tell that Vidania's presence is domesticating the area a little bit, to where they're not like utter
You mean
savages.
gentrifying, right?
No, like domesticating in terms of like they don't behave like utter savages.
No.
There's not like, they don't just like leave things around. Things are a little bit more taken care of. There's a little bit more pride in the nature of the place. Like you can tell it's got a woman's touch. And you just know that Vidania's kind of stuck it to a lot of these guys and said like, I really don't care if you want to leave your dead cow outside. We're not leaving the dead cow outside, and I can kill you at the drop of a hat. So move the cow, kind of a deal. But yeah, as you arrive, he did say that the closer you get to the home, you start to hear the sounds of children. You have two kids. You have two kids. You have a boy and a girl. Who's older, your boy or your girl? Son or daughter?
The girl is older.
The daughter is older.
Yeah.
How much older?
2 years.
She's 2 years older. So how old is she?
6.
She's
No, 5.
5 years old, and you have a
Yeah.
3-year-old son.
Yeah.
So your 3-year-old son is very
Hell
much dependent
yeah.
on you and mom for a lot
Yeah.
of things, but he's beginning to walk and do well. Do they walk around 3? They should be walking around 3. He's clunky at the very least. Clunky and adventurous, and very, very
He can take a beating.
youthful.
For sure.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
Yeah.
But you hear the sound of rambunctious children beyond that door, and you know that they're probably really happy to have Dad home.
And a dog.
You know the fear that you had. Granted, you have a reason to believe that they probably were like a kid. Your dad's probably dead. Vidania was probably holding on to that for like, I gotta save him, and was able to help him recover before bringing him home. So yeah, you get right up to the doorstep.
Do you knock or do you shout? Or...
Yeah. I knock.
You knock. And it's Hakon's mom answers the door.
So your mother opens the door.
The
one I
And your
almost-
mother is
Yes,
holding
Dad.
your son.
Yeah.
Has your mother? Yes, but not really.
They met.
So mom opens the door, and you see Hakon's mother. The last time you met Hakon's mother was at weapon point. So there's this like,
Not me.
not you. Hi. What are you doing here?
Hi, Mama Hakon.
Mama Hakon? Not even, you called her son's first name. Mama, your son?
Yeah.
I care. Oh, it's Guns, huh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'd call her Mama Guns.
Mama Guns.
Your farm life is really coming out now.
They're inside.
Behind her, though, you see my daughter chasing our dog with a wooden sword and trying to whack it.
Yeah. And you're like, what is happening?
No, it's a big sled dog. It's a big sled dog.
And you're like, she goes, don't mind, they're just having fun. This is a normal day around the Guns home.
His infant's pulling on the cat's tail, dude. Fucking.
So with son in arm, she lets you in, she closes the door behind you, and you kind of walk into the home. The home is, it feels like Hakon in here.
And smells.
Probably smelled like Hakon.
You hear me down the hallway doing, Ma, who's at the door?
I don't even say anything. I wait till you come out.
Yeah. She she was like giving you the opportunity to introduce yourself, but then goes, "It's a friend of yours, the nicer one."
The nicer one. Holy shit, Lux! And I go in and I give you a big old hug. And I said, Lux,
You
it's
hear
so good to
bones
see
crack.
you. It's been so long. I mean, it's not really been that long. I mean, you
No,
guys
it
did save my
it
life.
realigns
but
your back real quick, and you're like, "Oh."
I put you down. So what are you doing here, man?
You see Vidania comes out. She's in a nice little elvish robe. Hair is still kind of like braided, and kind of keeps her hair normally. Obviously, she's not in her adventure gear, so she's turning the corner about that time and goes, "Oh, I was not prepared for people. Okay, I will get dinner fixed. It is such a pleasure to see you." She turns around, she's like, "Fuck." She gives you a look of like, people, like, really? I wasn't ready for people.
I didn't know.
And then
I'm surprised too.
She walks over to the kitchen space. You know she's not going to be cooking anything. It's just going to be operating at
Hot
will,
cocoa,
firing off rounds of food at the snap of a finger. But she goes in there and starts getting food prepared for you guys. The Mama Guns goes and takes your son and heads off to go get the other kid and the dog and kind of get them all situated.
Hell yeah.
So how's it been? I know you had pretty rough injuries.
Yeah. I mean, I'm it was Harshnag, right? Harshnag? Harshnag.
Harshnag.
Like eggnog.
It's never, easy losing friends like we do. I mean, Harshnag deserved not to go down like that. He deserved to see the reunification of his kinship. But they live on in his legacy. I put a rock at the top of the mountain for him. I will remember him.
You actually
should,
have
too.
met Harshnag a few times, and
I have.
yeah, like he's a legend amongst giants for like the mortal kind, because he works and helps out. He's helped out a lot in terms of just keeping up with protecting people from giants.
How long do giants live normally?
Good question. Depends.
Okay. How long would Harshnag should have lived?
He should have had a few more decades on him.
Damn it, dude. Alright, anyways.
But his life was given, not in vain, for the protection of the realm.
And why do you get to go home and see your family?
Survivor's guilt.
Yeah. What about he had a couple decades left?
Listen, man. I laid my life down for Harshnag the same way he laid his down for me. It could have been Harshnag going home to his family, but instead I got to go home to mine. For that I put a heavy ass rock.
You start to smell the smell of a warm apple pie come from the kitchen. You know that even the desserts are ready, and you guys are kind of walking in to the kitchen area, and the three of you. So Vidania will sit down as well, and she gets over. She can conjure up. She conjures up a hot cocoa for you. And
Hell yeah!
Would you prefer an ale? What have
Hot
you for
cocoa.
drink?
You drink hot cocoa? No.
I like
Hot cocoa.
ale.
Don't.
And an ale.
Oh, so he can drink in the house, but I can't drink in the house. Okay, I
You
see.
have children. That
All right,
set
you're
an
right.
example
You're right.
for.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. My temper. You can have ale in the house.
I appreciate the hospitality.
Thank you for the hot cocoa.
You sip the ale.
You got marshmallows.
You sip the ale, and it tastes like ale, but you think it's a non-alcoholic drink. But it tastes like ale.
Wait a minute.
You know that elephant from Adventure Time? With the apple pie? Oh, yeah.
So what brings you our neck of the woods?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at.
I love that
Yeah.
Ethan roleplays Nick's wife.
I put one hand
Very
on
well.
his big meaty thigh.
Did you put that giant belt of strength on, or are you just happy to see me?
Is that your great axe?
It's a long sword.
You look distressed.
I come to ask something of you I really shouldn't.
Not true.
But I've been doing research into finding my brother.
I'll do it.
Vidania has to fight him on it. You can't, you have a family.
Let me talk about it first. You might want to think this one over. I don't have children, so I'm not as locked down. And this is my brother.
Someone at this table would benefit from that mindset of being concerned for the younger ones.
If I'm with him, I won't die. He'll keep me safe.
You said the same thing about Harshnag.
I can see.
There's just survivor's guts right.
What a nerd.
Did Harshnag have kids?
He didn't have to be Hakon with a sword, bro. All it took was words.
500 HP
crumple
for
up,
nothing.
dude.
500 HP, sticks and stones can break his bones, but dang, his wife says one thing and he's out. Instant 0.
I don't want to fight anymore.
A letter from Harshnag's mom. You took my son from me.
No,
Look.
That guy can't write.
My brother might be held up in, well, from my source, it's an archmage from the Arcane Brotherhood.
Okay. I think we fought them before.
You're still working with him?
Just one of them. His name is Litherial.
You
I've
know?
heard of him.
Oh.
He has a very
He's an eccentric soul.
soul.
Specialized in soul displacement.
Exactly.
The Harpers have been knowledgeable of him.
Okay. Okay.
My brother may be held in a dimension called the Shadowfell.
I don't know what that is.
It's a dark domain that's a dark and twisted version of Waterdeep.
So what, is he reigning supreme? I mean, we saw what he last looked like, and I'm not gonna lie, any strip of humanity that was left from your brother was gone.
I've only seen, well, I've had quite a bit of nightmares. But there was one that I had, would it be several nights ago? It would be a while ago.
Like a premonition.
No, it had been literally last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you just teleport again.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm fucking...
What?
I forget I'm
man.
OP.
That's busted, dude.
Last night I had a nightmare about... It looked like Nox, and he said he was my brother, but he was much darker. My belief is that the evil within Nox has split off of his true good form that he was as a child.
I mean, I'm not a magic guy, so I'm not saying it's not possible. I just think that we should learn about more how that's possible before really pulling the trigger on it, because...
Well, with Litherial is the one that knows about all these things. I can grasp it kind of.
I mean, you got me there. I think that one way or another, our chapter with your brother needs to end.
If there's a chance that I can save him, I have to do it. I know there's still good. There has to be.
I'll turn to Vidania. Let this be the one good thing we do for the world. This is our
We
peace.
saved the world.
We
from
did do that.
global enslavement.
But this is part of it. This is part of it. This is part of it still. This is important. Not just to him, but to me, to you, to Aboris, to Nute, to everybody who was involved.
I understand. It's personal. I can see that quite vividly.
And I am.
But I can't have you throwing yourself at every opportunity to do something good.
I won't. This is the last one. I do this and I'm done. I'll put Valkyrie on the wall.
You're
I
not
don't
going to
need
be
that.
making me promises that you know you're not going to be able to keep. You know very well
Alright.
that as much as your place is in here, that there is a part of you that yearns to be out there.
Yeah,
I'm not taking that from you,
thank you.
but you have children to think of, and you are not leaving them.
I won't. And you'll make damn sure of that too.
Or I'll kill you. So what do you need from us?
Well, as a party, I want you by my side, Hakon, and I need someone who has the skills of arcane. And you're one of the best arcane artists that I know that will be able to.
Well, I'm glad you think of me in such high esteem. I mean, your assumptions are correct. I am probably the strongest that you've known. Speaking of which, so what do I have to do? What is my role in this?
You'd be opening up a portal to the Shadowfell.
Oh. Splendid.
So
And allowing all the dangers of a negative plane to just, seep in? Like, what? I just hold it open and... Oh, you're not kidding.
No. It's the only way in and the only way out.
Well, how am I supposed to do it?
Yeah.
You'll need assistance.
Nah, it's fine. They'll just pop up.
From who?
Another.
I thought I was the greatest you knew.
You're one of the greatest I know.
Oh,
you shouldn't have said that, man.
Is Vidania level 20?
yes.
I can't say it in front of Lute, but I do believe you are stronger.
That's good. I think so too. But I know he contains a spell that I haven't quite figured out how to get around once it's in cast.
Fucking spell of invincibility,
Yeah,
dude.
once he casts that invulnerability upon himself, I have to counter it quite fast.
For a
Otherwise we're done.
For a fucking hour. For 100 rounds.
What a tough son of a gun. That's what he picked. I mean, it's fair. He practices in the ways of the Blaze Song, but
Wait, no, 10 rounds. Wait, is it?
No, that's 100 rounds.
It is 100 rounds.
I'm gonna pull out the scroll
Might be
and
like
hand it to
600 rounds.
Vidania.
Yeah.
She takes it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
she
it knows
opens up the.
Because each
line,
round is 6 seconds.
pulls out a scroll of blackened leather.
Huh.
What this leather may have been originally, you don't want to ask. And you see she gets that same eerie vibe from it and goes,
Man, what?
this isn't blackened leather, but this is what the scrolls look like. And so she opens it and wow.
Does the scroll animate at all?
Not from your side.
Oh, man.
It's just an animation.
Oh.
No ears.
This is going to be quite a lot. Just to prepare.
Oh my gosh.
Where are we going to do this?
We'd probably need a safe location.
Correction. The spell has to be cast in Waterdeep. Because the demiplane is a reflection of Waterdeep. So where in the city can we do this safely?
Well, my lair.
You have a fucking lair? Like you're Batman,
I'm
dude?
sorry. Your lair. Are you a dragon now?
I am.
Dude, he's got a bat cave.
Isn't it the one in the clock tower?
Dude, instead of the Batman logo in the sky, he has like dragon wings that fucking go up in the middle of the
Dragon range.
Yeah.
Why are there a bunch of dead goblins in here? They're not dead, they're sleeping. They're just taking a nap. Justice.
Nox is the Joker.
So, okay, you have a lair, okay.
Well, it's the room that we have for the Sword of the Council. It was the addition that was added. I believe we've been there a couple times. I mean, I live there.
Right.
It's there or my school.
Yeah, right, we don't want to, endanger children.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, that was a dumb idea. I shouldn't have even said that one.
I will have to go gather the materials necessary for this.
I can help him look at a safer
You
spot
see
to do
Mama.
this.
You see Mama Guns is in the. Actually, he's been in the doorway the whole time. He goes, So I guess I'm gonna have to watch the kids then, huh?
I will make it up to you.
They're a delight for me. I would enjoy it. They get a little bit more of their Meemaw, and we get to enjoy just give me like a gift as a thank you. I think I'll be fine.
I'll find something nice for you. Give her a wink.
And none of those flowers.
No,
That's not. I'm not her. And points over to your wife, and she goes, "A good bouquet is delightful sometimes, Elise." And you can see she's like, "Yeah, but they die and they shrivel. It's like a complete waste. I'd rather have something you can use."
You should have gifted her the dagger that I tried stabbing her with, dude. She would like
this
that.
guy.
I mean, she might be metal like that.
Bro,
This is the gun I shot you with.
For free.
Faux fui.
So you get an opportunity to say goodbye to your children. You get probably about an hour to kind of spend some with them and gathering your gear. You get Valkyrie, you get pretty much everything else that you normally adventure with, and get everything strung up and ready to go before the two of you go and teleport to your next location. Now, Begonia teleports separately so she can gather materials.
Because whatever happened to that sword that I sent to get upgraded?
It's just a +1 greatsword.
Oh man, dude, I can't put enchantments on it?
I mean, you can, but that nothing as good as a sentient weapon with the soul of your ancestor.
Alright, you win. You win. You're right.
Where would you head next?
What if I do Zoro then? Put one of them out.
There's definitely someone we have to talk to. As much as I hate it.
Don't say a Boris. Yo!
He's gonna try to fight me again.
Is it Boris? Is that what you're talking about?
Why do you hate a Boris?
Took a mom hostage.
Can I explain something before they teleport
It's a
here?
party joke.
Oh, okay, fair.
Potentially.
I just want to explain how, because I've built my monastery in the middle of the forest, like away,
Awesome.
like there's no direct beat path. Like unless you're just a nature person, you couldn't figure out how to get here. So I sent like an owl or like any kind of bird to every single one of the Sword of the Council, just to inform them of where our like teleportation circle is, so that if they want to teleport to where we're at, they can. And they, yeah, if that makes, that's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
The process that you've drawn out to ensure the anonymity and the protection of your monastery is followed. And you guys are able to follow it to the letter so that you can teleport and arrive outside the front entrance of this massive monastery. And it's massive in terms of just like its size, knowing its seclusion, knowing its isolation. It's very big.
There are a lot of people.
Can I describe
A
it?
good amount, yeah. Go for it.
Okay. So the main temple it's a massive forest. Like you can barely see the sky. Trees are standing like redwoods, like just all the way to the sky, like taller than you can imagine. And in the center of what it seems like our area is just the biggest tree, like larger than any of the other trees in the forest. And it's been the roots kind of protrude out the top before they sink into the ground, and there's a massive entrance carved into the center of the tree, and that's our main place of like worship. And then you hear a lot of noise, but you don't see a lot of thing, like you don't see where the noise is coming from until you look up and see like almost like Ewoks from Star Wars, like these wooden pads connected to all the trees, with like bridges going back and forth. And this is where we all stay, where like the main things go on, but our temple of worship is in the center of the tree. And also in the center of the tree, there's holes where like we have carrier pigeons or birds that they all sleep in the middle of the worship tree. To like, and that's where our carrier birds stay.
Give yourself a point of inspiration.
Thank you. Oh, cool. And then...
Wow, that was good.
It's very Emerald Outplay of you.
And, it seems like kind of closest to the main tree. There's kind of... there's a little huts kind of surrounding around like the other trees at the top, but near like the closest tree to the main tree kind of seems like it has a more like a higher status built hut. Maybe like it would be the leader of the monastery. And they basically look like you seen like the Ewoks like in Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's basically what they look like. Just a little bit more elegance, like elvish elegance in the woodwork, rather than just like wood plank after wood plank, and like kind of more built into like if like let's say like the bridges are made out of like vines, and it's like it's just made to look a lot more natural. Like it's like
You're not getting another inspiration.
no, that's okay. I'm having a fun time.
I get it good. No, I'm just joking.
I've just been planning this out the entire time while I've been listening.
There we go.
So you guys teleport, right? Okay. Can I say that I have like maybe like an older elf that actually he doesn't need to be an elf. We'll say he's elf just for whatever.
Sure.
But like he's maybe let's say he's like mid-20s.
Okay. In elvish years?
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems like he's kind of not in charge of the whole place, but kind of just in charge of making sure everything goes as it should. And and he kind of he's kind of standing in like this building kind of built near the teleportation circle, as if like anyone comes in, he's there to make sure shit's intact. Anyways,
Like Heimdall.
yeah.
Kind of.
He's so he's you two teleporting?
Yeah.
Because hello there. If you don't mind me asking, we don't get many visitors. Who are you all?
Are you serious? We're legends.
This guy's playing my NPC.
Wait, sorry,
Because it's
sorry,
his NPC.
sorry. Wait.
No, this is the greatest moment of my life. This is the first time I've ever had a player go, I made this NPC just now, and I'm going to play it for you. It feels a little invasive, but I'm
sorry.
I'm liking it. There's a part of it that's like, excuse me, but then there's a part of me that's like, he literally just did this. Kudos to you. Keep playing your NPC. He's your NPC now. He's not mine. I bequeath him to you. You created him, but now you own the property rights.
I apologize if that came off as disrespectful. It's just this place is of the utmost secrecy.
Has Boris never talked about us?
Boris is very dedicated to his work. He doesn't share many personal things with us.
So I told you he's still bitter, dude. He still wants to fight, dude.
But I take it you all are friends of a Boris.
We're best friend. We saved the world with a Boris.
May I have your names? I'm Luke. I was gonna say Lutheran, dude, but that don't work.
Good old Luke.
Hello, Luke. I'm Lux Everis.
Lux, it's a pleasure meeting you, and
I'm Hack on Guns.
Hakon. All right, thank you. He's gonna kind of look over. He has a little. Sorry, I should have described this earlier. He's got like a little, just a little, not like robin on his shoulder, and he kind of like whispers something to it, and you see it fly off to the more important looking hut in the tree.
I like this game. I like this game. He said a robin. Not a pigeon, not a dove. A robin. You get another point of inspiration. Keep doing that. I like this. I want to see more of this. I thirst for this.
And so you see the robin disappear into the window of the hut, and about 30 seconds later, you see an elf kind of stumbling, like bursting out the doors up at the second story, peeks over the balcony, kind of puts his hand above his eyes, and Hakon! What was your name again? It's been too long. Been too long.
Lux.
Lux, my bad. It's been too. I'm
He
sorry.
was so wrapped up in the robin that he completely forgot your name.
Hakon, Lux, you're here. And then you're gonna see me kind of you don't see a direct pathway up to any of these trees up here, so you're a little confused. And as you see me descend around the tree branches, just kind of hopping down.
You can jump that.
I could, but you see me jumping like kind of down from tree branch to tree branch, and you realize that although it's all none of it was human made, that there's almost these natural staircases that, since we're so dexterous as monks here, we kind of use to get up to the treetops by branch to branch to branch. And so, sorry guys, I was planning a lot in my head while I was sitting here.
Never apologize for that. If I can get that 100 times over, keep doing it.
I'm having fun.
Good. Have all the fun. You better have more fun.
You see a Boris kind of leap down and land on the floor. He's wearing different clothing than you last saw him in. It's more of an elegant kind of teacher, authoritarian kind of like.
Authoritarian?
Not authoritarian. I just mean like you know,
Clean them out!
like Gandalf.
Like dignified.
Yeah.
What you meant to say was authoritative.
Authoritative. Authoritative.
Authoritarian's a dictator.
My bad. Fucking.
Luke, why'd you leave your post?
Well, you see an authoritative, long kind of robish kind of like there's a lot of elvish elegance to it, and it's still the kind of same color base, like lighter greens, but
Is the boar still bald?
he's still very bald, shiny actually. It seems like he's actually gotten balder somehow. Yeah.
You see your reflection.
Yeah. Like
It actually make a con save, it blinds you.
it's gotten greasier throughout the years.
I was the one.
Yeah.
It's kind of greasier. Your head.
and I'll burst over to you guys with my 95-foot walk speed of one round, and I just immediately go in for like a hug. Like I wrap both my arms around you guys and just kind of. But I can't really do it because he's so much larger than me that it's just like me trying, but it's not really working. So mainly I just pull in.
It's a group hug.
Lux.
Group hug.
It's great to see you, Boris.
It's been so long. What's the occasion? Is it someone getting married? I mean, he's already with Vidania. Is he not? Have you found someone? What's going on here?
Funny you asked that.
I have found someone, but it's not what you expect.
Do tell. Wait, this is not the proper place. Let me take you somewhere here, not out here in the open. Luke, I appreciate you. You did a great job. And then I'm going to.
Luke leaves.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
That's my Luke, you guys.
Yeah.
That's my Luke.
Thank you.
Luke leaves.
That's his last name.
That's gonna be it from now on. I'm just every NPC, Luke leaves.
He nods his head and walks back to the hut that he
God
was
damn it,
stationed
he
in.
overplayed my Luke.
Sorry.
Shit.
You made me realize I need to keep going on. Okay. I'm sorry, we don't really have much accommodation for.
Wait, where did we go? Can we go in the tree?
That's where I was planning, but
Hell yeah.
the issue is we don't have much accommodation. Down here nor do we have many pathways except through the branches. Can you guys get up there, or?
I can fly.
I'm not gonna break them, am I?
They are thin branches. I wanted Nick to have to roll dexterity checks to make sure he could get up the tree.
You can roll in athletics to try to
athletics.
bolt climb it like a bear.
But I want the branches to be fragile, so like his weight might, like if he tries to overbrood it.
Athletics at disadvantage or acrobatics normal.
What?
But if you want, we have rope. I can send down a rope for you. You don't have
We
to.
can do that. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. But if you'd like the adventure, you're all for it. I mean, the branches.
Does the rope go to the same place?
It's just gonna be a rope directly from like my hut, basically. Like you'll just climb directly up instead of climbing up.
Okay. One hefty athletic climb up.
But
We're
I
all
fall.
inside of his home, his residence.
My wings pop up and I fly.
You see an Ewok hut, and there's green robes covering the front entryway. I brush one aside and kind of hold it open for you all to. Please come in. You enter. You see a fairly barren room. There's a little hammock kind of hanging by one of the windows. There's a desk in the back center of the room. and there's a few chairs in the center, the main center, with
There's multiple centers?
sorry, I meant to describe, like, my desk is in the center of the wall on the back wall. Like, that's what I meant to say. And then there's, like, a few chairs.
He's got multiple rooms.
Yeah.
So many centers. It never ends.
There's a few chairs, and then, like, some, like, smaller coffee tables just kind of in front of those chairs. And then you see Mesdo's blade kind of stationed, like, on, like, a sword hilt on the wall on the opposite of the hammock, along with my old uniform that I wore in the Sword of the Council. Please take a seat. Refreshments, anything to drink. We have lots of fruits, berries, vegetables, anything.
No, he's had plenty to drink today.
Do you have any apples?
We do. Let me I'm going to run out to the front of the door again and shout or I'm gonna fuck. Can we say okay, I'm gonna have my own bird. He's gonna be a pure white dove, kind of sitting on my desk. Like, he has like a little perch, like just like a wooden branch that kind of arches out. And I'm going to write on a piece of paper, refreshments, specifically apples as well, on the paper, and I'll tie it and send it down to Luke again. And Luke will go bring it to us.
He does so.
Luke, he's well trusted here. I plan that if anything were to ever happen to me, that he would take my place, so.
Speaking of that.
Anyways, while we wait, how have you been? I haven't seen you all in years.
No, you haven't seen him in literally a day.
In days.
Literally, you literally saw him last night.
We didn't have much time to catch up yesterday.
I haven't seen you in years. You saw him yesterday. I haven't seen you in a day.
I wasn't expecting to see you all again so soon. What's the occasion?
Me neither. Or Vidanya either. But he had a dream.
A nightmare.
A dream.
It was a very different thing.
Your nightmares are not my nightmares.
It felt more like a vision.
Like a premonition.
It wasn't even a dream.
I don't have enough inspirations to hand out, buddy. You're capped right now.
Oh, it's okay.
Keep going.
I saw my brother in this dream. What it looked like the evil part of him was separated and there was no light left in him. So he was just a shade of darkness with red eyes.
Are you sure these aren't just nightmares because of everything that's happened?
Well, I have actually been working with the Archmage of the Arcane Brotherhood.
You see Aboris's face visibly kind of scrunch up, like the Arcane Brotherhood.
His name's Letherial. He's not the most trustworthy person, but for the job I wanted him to do, he's perfect. He's kind of an expert when it comes into soul fragmentation. So I had him look into finding my brother, and he found out that he is in the Shadowfell.
Now, forgive me, I don't understand too much of this. Your brother, we killed him, but he exists like the rest of the gods, like Tiamat in the Hells, or...
No, the Shadowfell is, it's a separate dimension. It's where Nox got fragmented.
So we did not kill him entirely, then?
There's the original Nox. This is what I believe. It's what my nightmares have told me. Is that there's one piece of Nox that I grew up with before the whole prophecy came to play.
Well, it's because he achieved the status of demigod, right? Is the whole thing? Don't we need to have something capable of killing a demigod? Unless, sorry, out of game. Am I mistaken? Right? Wasn't Nox a demigod, or classified as a demigod?
He claimed to be a demigod.
He
And
claimed to be like a demigod, but he was basically a champion of Tiamat. He was blessed to the fullest.
So do you need anything special to kill that, or does he?
No, you guys killed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is something unique then. Yeah, never mind. No, then I'm wrong.
It's a fragmented soul.
Yeah.
Can I roll a religion check on the Shadowfell?
You may actually.
I don't know anything about it. Dude.
Great evil.
Fuck.
Upside down.
We've seen stranger things.
Be careful with that one, buddy.
I got an 11.
An 11. So, within with religion check, I would say the plane of shadow, as it's somewhat known to you, the closest tie you can think of is the goddess of the Raven Queen. Very, very unknown deity who has very close connections with the Shadowfell. So,
The Raven Queen?
Raven Queen.
I thought she
Did
was...
Hazaron ever mention the Shadowfell?
That's not Lolth, is it?
No, that is the
That's the spider
that'd be the Spider
Yeah.
Queen. Yeah, the Raven Queen is her own deity.
Lolth is the drow, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it mixed up.
None of them are as cool as Hazaron.
No, I think there's several gods that are cool.
I don't know, man.
There's two.
Lux, are you sure that trying to save Nox is the right decision?
Yes.
I mean, you better than anyone know what he's capable of, what he's done.
Immediate, sharp images of the nightmare of him killing that noble woman flash through your mind fast,
Oh,
rapid
God.
fire, as he says it, and then it's gone.
We're all a part of this.
I know there was a good part left in him. I saw it when we slayed him. If we can just save that piece of him, so he can live the life he was meant to. That's what I wish to do.
And you're here to ask me to come along with you
Yes.
to the Shadowfell,
Exactly.
and our way in is through a suspicious wizard for the Arcane Brotherhood.
Well, no, it'll actually be two familiar faces holding open the portal for us, our anchors. It'll be Vodanya and Lute.
And you have faith that the magic scroll this wizard gave to you is authentic, it will work, it's not rigged or...
I spent quite a bit of money in him. He's definitely helping us. His ego's too high for him to fail.
You know, Lux, I've got a lot built here, as you can see. I've spent and dedicated the entirety of my life after everything to building this. And if I were to die, Luke, he's got a good head on his shoulders, but I'm not sure that he can keep it together, not without a few more years of experience. You're asking a lot. You're asking me to let go of everything that I've tried building after Tiamat, to save a man who's done nothing but hurt those around him, kill innocents, and even try and kill his own brother. What good could possibly be left in him? How can you see any good left?
I know it's a lot to ask, but the brother I grew up with was a kind soul, and he looked up to me. But that light in him was shattered once that prophecy was written. I look at it both a blessing and a curse.
And what is your... What... Why are you so set on making this decision, Lux?
Because he's my family. When we lost our parents, someone has to look out for him.
I guess it's hard for me to
Give
understand.
yourself one inspiration. Well, good. That's powerful. One inspiration for you.
I will try to understand. I guess I'm probably a bit more unsympathetic, considering I never got those relations, but I'd like to help you, Lux. I don't want to see anything bad happen to you or Hakon now that he's involved. But I can't see it right to bring that man back to this world. He's dead. His soul should be freed, but not freed back to the world with the rest of us living. I think, if anything, free him from the Shadowfell, but make him pay for his deeds. That's the only justice left.
Well, it wouldn't be the evil part. We already killed that Nox. It would be him as a child, who just needs to be nurtured, instead of abandoned, forgotten, growing up in my shadow.
And what you're saying is confusing, Lux. You will bring him back as a child.
The whole situation is a mess. There's only one guy I could talk to figure out even where he was. The Shadowfell, I don't even know what we're walking into.
If this evil side of him and childlike side that never got nourished or separated, how can you say that either one is truly Nox? Isn't it our experiences that make us who we are? This is a confusing concept. I'm not a magic wielder.
Well, to put it in simpler terms, Nox on our plane was Nox. Once we killed him, we killed that Nox. Nox no longer exists. But his soul was fragmented into two beings. There's the evil that took him over, what Tiamat turned him into, which is now the shade of Nox. And the other version, which is the Nox, the light that was left in him. My true brother. And they're two different entities because their souls fragmented in the Shadowfell. So we're going there to save the good version of Nox, so we can nurture him and turn him into a full person, while trying to slay that shade of Nox.
And you believe not it being his own actions that brought him to where he is? You believe him not to take responsibility for his crimes? Is death not the only punishment?
Well, he did die.
But not everyone who dies gets a chance to be reborn. What makes Nox more worthy, considering his crimes are quite heinous?
Well, I do believe a big part of what you do as a person is your own fault. But a lot of the things that happened to him were because of me and my prophecy.
There's a prophecy you shared. You had no idea.
Didn't
that
you
he
die
was-
and get revived too? His Lux?
Yeah, but he got revivified. He didn't get brought back
I
from the
didn't get revivified,
Shadowfell.
did I?
Oh no, Bahamut brought you back to life, didn't he? No, I don't remember.
I think that happened.
The only time I might have died is if you killed me.
Nah.
No, because I was making death saves.
Yeah, only
And then-
downed you.
Yeah, and then I got saved by Bahamut.
Yes, because I had you roll a D100, and you rolled just enough to be restored. It was that restoration that dealt a radiant shockwave. That was what was needed for this to even exist. Had that not happened, we wouldn't be here right now. Because it was that cleansed him.
1 second, I hear something, and then you hear Luke. Luke comes in with a tray of fruits, including apples. Luke brings in a tray of assorted fruits, including apples, and also
And strawberries.
And cheese.
Covered in
He'll bring
chocolate.
cheese too,
It's my third.
but
plate.
it's
Fried chicken.
Luke, dude, Luke. Man.
I don't know what kind of cheese it is.
I didn't write it.
I
yet.
peel
But-
the banana.
He also brings in 3 goblets of wine.
Goblets?
Yeah.
Can-
If Katray reaches for one, I want to smack it out of his hand.
Whoa. Aggressive dad, dude.
Do you reach for a goblet of wine?
Yeah.
But
Right the second he touches it.
can Luke roll a dexterity check
For what?
to if he sees him trying to knock it out, he'll be like,
I'll say he can catch it as it's.
Okay.
As it's
I don't want it to spill
not-
in my house.
That's fair. You can
Alright,
clean it up if it's.
Well, wait, but what's the flooring made
I
of?
would
Because it's just
clean it up.
trees,
This
right?
It's wood, yeah.
Do you smack it out of the hand?
Can I use prestidigitation?
Do you have it?
Well, I was hoping for like DM discretion.
As a
As a barbarian?
You chose the barbarian life.
Yeah,
You don't get prestidigitation.
Alright.
I was hoping for
Never mind.
DM discretion. It's like, yeah, let me just bend your entire character real quick so that you can cast a cantrip. to
Dude, it's a
make him
cantrip.
mess.
It's a cantrip. Dude. What's the harm?
He's like, how did you learn that? I don't know.
Pure will.
I said clean and it cleaned. I treated it like my kids.
it works at home.
It's that dad magic.
Do I notice a weird look in Hakon's eyes as the wine is brought out?
Yep.
Hakon, would you like something else to drink, Hakon?
No, I had hot cocoa. I'm just
But he
concerned
knocked it out
because
by hand.
he no, I didn't do that. But you already had stuff to drink today.
That was non-alcoholic.
You don't know that?
I can taste it.
Okay.
I feel completely fine, that's why.
I can't lie.
You know how much sleep I've gotten in the last 2 weeks?
how much?
3 hours.
But you're a tiefling. Isn't that like normal for you?
No.
Oh.
I sleep like a normal person. This is the guy that, sits down.
Oh.
I meditate.
Well, yeah, I know that. How do you think I feel, man?
I'm gonna
I go to bed
grab
at
the
night without
goblet
it, just
from
watches
Luke's
me.
hand. I'm gonna hand it to Lux and say, "You're right. You can drink here." And then I'm gonna kind of like set it on the coffee table in front of him and say, "Thank you, Luke."
My kids
You
tell
can
me
be
that's
dismissed.
gaslighting.
He dismisses.
Kids on that tic tac, man.
That is
My
not-
kids be playing this thing where they conjure up little birds and have the birds go and tell other people with other birds about their life. And they call it tweeting each other.
Well, now it's X.
So they grab giant stamps.
Lux,
It's a boomerang.
you're asking a big decision from me, and
I know.
give me the night to think on it, and I'll have an answer for you tomorrow. You two stay here. We have places,
He's gonna say no.
and
Well, I don't know if I want to stay here.
Yeah, we got the list.
all right.
I'll
Well,
have to talk to Lute as well.
I'll come see.
You have means of teleporting to Waterdeep. So if they're gonna be in Waterdeep, you'll be fine.
Give me a night, and you'll have my answer by tomorrow.
Of course.
You're welcome to stay as long as you like, and the circle's right there when you're ready to depart.
I appreciate that.
Does he know where your hideout is in Waterdeep?
He knows where the sort of the council chamber is.
Oh, that's
You
where your
guys have
hideout
been
is?
there.
I thought he had a hideout.
Everyone knows
I
that
thought
Lux
I
is the
remember
only
him
one that
saying-
stays at the council
Yeah.
chambers now.
What, didn't you have a hideout in the clock tower or something like that?
I don't go there anymore.
But okay, so
I mean,
that's
I
what I
go
thought
check
you were
on my
talking
rat,
about.
but like
That's what I thought you were
Pizza
talking
rat?
about when you said hideout.
Pizza rat. All these
That's a notorious rat, dude.
Okay. So you
That's
spend
a
a little bit of
rat.
some time with Ouroboros and just catching up on some old times, talking about some adventures.
some pea soup.
You guys kind of share some
So-
stories about that group of adventurers that you kind of weirdly all just helped out over the past,
That
few
guy was
months.
so old.
Yeah, the really old elf, and he died, and I saved him, and he was more broken. yeah, fun stuff, and then eventually you depart and head over towards Nute's way. Now, Nute's a pretty good and simple conversation as you're able to arrive.
Nute,
Yeah,
what up,
you meet
bud?
him, you figure out what kind of he's been doing. He's been working with the Harpers this whole time, and has been hunting down faction remnants of the Cult of the Dragon pretty much ever since, and is dedicated to it. It's kind of like an act of atonement, like a form of penance by putting to death those.
You're doing the jump out, boys.
It's sure, and yeah, so you are able to catch him in Waterdeep and are able to get he's fully on board and supporting by helping with the anchor, holding the portal open. He was actually quite impressed that Vidania's on board with it. He was pretty like, I didn't think she was going to say yes, especially considering that we all thought you were just, dead a minute ago. And it looks like they're just you guys are still waiting for our Boris's answer, which will come sometime in the morning or tomorrow in the afternoon or whenever he arrives.
Wait, where was Nute at when we found him?
In Waterdeep.
Oh, he was in
yeah,
Waterdeep
he
We probably
was
do the most.
he was with
stuff
Ramalia
still.
Haventree because she is the local Harper leader.
Okay.
So yeah, he was conducting some business with
Dude,
her.
what's their agency called? Is it like the Dragon?
The Harpers?
The Dragon Cult and,
Harpers.
and Horde Administration?
No, just called
Dragon
the Harpers.
Cult and Horde Administration.
No, just called the Harpers.
DCAH.
No, just called the Harpers.
No way. Harpers.
Yep. You get his approval, and he knows that he'll meet you when you guys are ready. Just go get him, and he'll.
Would Nute's Harper rank be higher than mine?
No, you guys are both the same.
Damn.
You're both wise owls.
Damn, bro.
Wise owls?
Yep.
That's
Highest.
that's the highest?
That's the highest. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. In terms of like agents, yeah, you're the highest rank. Yeah, you're the first.
Nah, I'm just
you
a
have,
bald eagle.
like when you speak, things happen within the Harpers.
You're not a
Whoa.
Cub Scout, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah. So that's why he gets all the information. If he needs to find a faction of the Cult of the Dragon, the information's ready. He just needs to ask for it, and he can get it. There's no like questions. There's no chain of command. He is the chain of command. What he wants, he gets. He goes and does. Doesn't need approval. You answer really to no one.
In my
Have
adventurers
wars,
guild, I'm
bro.
just like, he'd be a good Harper. He'd be a good Harper.
Right. Yeah. You kind of. There's this
Indoctrination?
weird. There's a
Oh my
weird
God.
graduation like pipeline from Adventurers Guild to Harper.
We have scholarships for you.
Fuck.
Free
Just
money.
want- it's a mix between Xavier's School for Gifted Children
Uh-huh.
and Hogwarts. It's like both.
In a summer camp. There is one last question that I guess leaves to be open and unanswered.
Shoot,
You had mentioned that you potentially want assistance with protecting the portal while it is open. Now we try to approach that question as to how you would like to resolve that problem. There is an adventurers guild, and you have connections with the Harpers. You can find people if you want to find things more anonymously. Otherwise, if you wanted to go through
Luke's
proper
already
channels,
used to that
then
job.
No,
you
Luke
would
has to
risk it.
watch the fucking monastery.
Yeah, Luke's got to stay. He can't do both.
But Luke 2.0. I mean, realistically though, how mad are they gonna be if they find out that we were doing it under their nose? Like, they're not gonna be that
Opening a
mad.
dark evil
I mean,
portal in
they,
nighttime.
they won't be mad if they don't know.
Exactly, that's the other thing too. It's like it's only if we get caught. So as long as nothing comes out of the portal, no harm, no foul. Now even if something does come out of the portal and we kill it, no harm, no foul. Little harm, little foul, but no,
But if
no.
something goes wrong, a lot of foul.
Well, yeah, they have big harm, big foul, big harm, big foul.
Can I
for
pick
sure.
like the top people from my adventurers guild and like
They're
or
too
field
young.
trip time?
They're not ready.
Don't worry.
They're not ready.
How young though?
The top ones would be like high schoolers in terms of age. They're not ready
That's
to ward off.
perfectly okay.
No, they're not ready to stand guard in front of a portal to the Shadowfell. You don't know half the creatures that are in there. That would be the
What
worst.
With
thing.
enough-
what faction from the Alliance would be
104th
most
graders can
sympathetic
take
to
out
this
one man.
if we were to explain it to them honestly? Do you have one off the top of your head?
The Zentarum? I don't know.
That's what I was worried about.
Who was our friend? The
How about the lady?
No, the guy that was with us when we
You
fought.
talking about
Tiamat.
Dalen? Winterhound? Dalen Winterhound?
Einar?
Or-
Einar.
Oh.
Could Einar do it?
Potentially. But that would be with his tribe, so you could get some of I mean, it would be a question of whether or not
He's
some
part
of
of your
his...
tribe?
Mm-hmm.
It would be a question of whether or not some of his tribesmen would, you know, you could get Einar and maybe a few others.
Yeah, I could have hella tribesmen pull up.
I mean, they're not stealthy though. Plus,
No.
that'd be weird.
It's not stealth that you need. You need people that can stand guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Maybe it'll work out too if Vidania's there. They'd have a little bit more of an investment to make sure that Vidania's kept alive.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's actually a good idea.
It's actually a pretty decent idea. That's what we could do, and we could put Einar in charge.
Icon, can I borrow a couple of your friends?
I will have every able-bodied fighting man at that portal for you.
You get a nice collection of 10 able-bodied fighting men
Hell
to
yes.
stand guard at this portal with Einar as the 11th.
It's a humble village.
Not lacking an able-bodied warrior-like men.
I buy a bunch of good food for them.
Yeah, the
money
is not an object here. So
Help yourselves to my lair.
My lair. Oh shit, man.
It's the lair of the council.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to square away?
no, you just need to go
Portal
sleep.
protection.
I'll show up at the lair in the morning.
Okay.
Could you imagine if I just never I just ghosted you guys? Like you
So-
You'll have my answer tomorrow. Well, he's not here. I guess that's his answer.
I switched my teleportation circle.
Is it dark in the Shadowfell?
If for like dark vision dark?
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Do my dark vision goggles work?
It's a
in
great
the
question.
Oh no.
It's probably magical
You have
darkness.
no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Are there magical goggles of dark vision?
Yeah, you have one.
Okay.
No, but
Devil's
he's asking, can he see through magical darkness through his goggles?
Not through magical darkness. So if it's magical darkness, no. Like if someone casts dark on you, like darkness, the spell,
You couldn't.
your goggles of sight can't see through
The
that.
only way to see through that is to cancel the spell, right?
Or devil's sight.
Yeah, or have a higher level light spell. So higher level light spells outdo lower level darkness spells and vice versa. Dark spells at higher levels cancel out light spells at lower levels.
But devil's sight can see through magical darkness.
Correct. So, you know, we don't have a warlock present.
Can we get something that gives us that?
Yeah, do you want to make a deal with the devil?
No, not today.
Maybe tomorrow. Okay, so all that's left to do is to go to bed.
I suppose.
No, that's basically what's about to happen.
God damn it. It's what do we always make?
I told you you're going to be tormented.
Nightmare.
Your eyes are heavy. Your body's stiff from lack of sleep. Your muscles ache. You're sore. You fear going to sleep. And you have every reason to.
But I'm so tired.
When you cannot keep your eyes closed for much longer, you find yourself in a throne room. Pillars have been overturned and destroyed. Shadows seep from the cracks in the stone. Tendrils writhing and stretching out for things to grab. The murals on the glass-paned windows are shattered. Whatever beauty they once held is long lost. There's a chair, throne, if you would, at the farthest end, a long procession of corpses lead the way. Every single one which lines on both your right side and the left side are women. All of them.
That's not unnerving.
Throats open. Limbs missing. One has her eyes gouged, and you see empty cavities where the eyes once rested in the socket. Teeth pulled. Bones protruding from flesh. Limbs in angles unnatural. All victims. Despite the abhorrent nature of this procession of death, what sticks out to you is the jewelry. A ring, a necklace, a clasp, things that you've seen. These are the fond memories, trophies, if you would, of the Butcher of Waterdeep's victims. The person on the throne is the charismatic, deceitful, and vicious version of your brother. When he was the butcher. When he was a murderer of untold horror. Now he sits kind of at a side, so while the back of the chair is here, he's kind of, draped across it in a different angle. His back's completely facing in a different direction, and he's kind of nestled up to it. He's got this big chalice in his hand that's mixed with a drink of the deepest of crimson. As he drinks it, you see some streak down the cheek, and it gives this impression of viscousness, thickness of the liquid. The eyes turn to you, and they're bloodshot. The colors have turned this sickened yellow. Welcome. It's been quite some time since I've been blessed with your presence, brother. Do you like what I've done with the place? It's an upgrade from our little clock tower, surely, but nothing beats the home that we crawled our way out of.
Who's sick?
I'm sick. No, I feel quite healthy. There's an old proverb that used to say that for all of your daily infirmities you drink a goblet of wine to wash away the sickness. A glass of wine a day keeps the physician away. Right? Yeah, it's an intriguing thing when the velvet of the nectar of life is what you consume. He begins to drink it, kind of swills it around his mouth to savor the flavor. A tongue streaks across the teeth. Delightful. I will never grow a hatred for that taste. You know what's more splendid than that? And he actually gets up from the chair and starts walking his way over to you. What's splendid than that is sibling affection, love, brothers shared. We've been through a lot, brother. You've always had life on the bright side, but some of us have to warm the dark areas a little bit more, right? We're a good team, you you and I taking things amongst the people. There's not a day we go hungry. Granted, some we go a little on the lesser side, if you know what I mean, but not a day we go hungry.
I don't know what games you're playing.
Do I look like a game master to you?
You always have been.
Lux,
Tricks.
I'm no marionette, no puppeteer. I'm your brother. Come on. Surely I get a little bit more than that. What ails you? You're different. Did you have a wrong day in the town? Some girl spurn your lovely affection for her? Are you struggling in the bedroom department, is that it? Lux, I'm kidding. Come on. You are being so uptight. He puts a hand on your shoulder because that's how close he's gotten. You need to learn to calm down. Come on, we have everything we need. And yet now we can get everything that we've ever wanted. So long we had to put on pause what we wanted to make sure we had what we needed, but now the sky's the limit.
You're not my brother. You're just a parasite that Tiamat created. A cursed part of my prophecy. Our prophecy. But I know my brother's still there. A light left.
Ah, your little lights. That was quite a gift. What, both of our parents had to die so that you could live the life of a hero?
I didn't choose this.
Dragons had to raise our entire village to the ground, burning and incinerating everyone in ash so that you could play magic. Was that it? You would heal the village cats and... I mean, I'm not sure why they started showing him dead. But we both know that your magic wasn't the best at that time, right? How do I know? How do you not know that you're not the parasite?
Good gaslight.
You brought death and destruction everywhere you go.
You did. And dragged me through it. Left me to pick up your pieces. And I couldn't take it anymore. And I left.
The shadows pick up and kind of wrap around the two of you, and you find yourself at the bottom of the clock tower in the middle of a rainy night. You see the night that you were caught and framed as the Butcher of Waterdeep, and see that whole scene act out, the guards yelling for you, for your arrest, to catch them as you're running away, and the fear that's in the genuine fear in your eyes, knowing that the reward promised was massive, and that the punishment that's been kind of growing amongst the town is this consensus of like, we find this guy, and we make it known. We publicly execute this dude. If he's caught, it's game over. People will see it. It will be a spectacle. And that fear through your, at the time, the you that went through that. And so you get to see that now from the outside and see just how terrified this young, this young man truly has become. Where was your light here? I didn't protect you. You go put yourself in a little pig shit of a town where you got to play farmer for quite some time, huh? Surely wasn't the most illuminating.
My light may have been dim at that time, but I've honed my light. I'm bright within a sun.
And we know what happens when the sun reaches its dying time. How much are you willing to bring with you when you go out? He kind of guides you to turn around you see a set of gallows. You see Hakon, Arboris, Nute, Vidania strung up with prisoners. You can see bruises across their body as if they've been beaten. But they're all executed and hung on these gallows one by one. And you see them just dangling there. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. I got a d20 here if you want it.
Psychic damage.
17.
You know that this is just an illusion. Because he was very honest with you that he's going to begin tormenting you. But there's a part of it that feels real and you can't shake that.
I think I would bite my tongue, and then I'd look at him.
There's a sadistic ecstasy in his face that is enjoying watching you in this moment.
I don't fall for your illusions anymore, brother.
Pity, brother, come on. It's right before your eyes. An illusion. That's a promise. Right. And let me tell you more about what happened with little old me, because you seem to have forgotten about your flesh and blood once you left this town. You see, and I want you to think of these images, like, as he's describing them, like, put it through your head of, like, what he's trying to get across to you. See, when you left this world, this town became my oyster, right? A toy box. And all the little toy soldiers were present, and all the little toy princesses were present, and I was able to remove princess after princess after princess, like a game of chess where I'm flawless in my victory. All the pieces come knocking down until I was able to get to the queen, get to the king, and finally the throne. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My only regret, my two regrets, is that I had not come up with the name, the Butcher of Waterdeep. And that you weren't around to truly see my art. When he says art, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Say, bro, homie release that art, dude. That's my art, dude. You mean your atrocities?
This is like narrative that is going down.
Oh no, dude.
A 9.
A 9. You are unable to resist this mental assault that forces images of what he's done with these bodies into your mind.
Oh.
And the pieces of each noble that he took was put together in a grotesque amalgamation of body parts. A statuette of a dragon.
Like
It's quick, but it's so detailed.
Like an effigy?
Kind of like a massive one, massive effigy offering worship to death itself.
Oh.
It's profane. The sight of it is horrifying, and it only depicts depravity in its purest form. Actually, in its impurest form. You don't look so upset. You look like you've seen a ghost.
You're sick.
I mean, I feel quite fine. You seem to keep forgetting things. Are you sure you're not the sick one? Lux. Did I ever tell you about my first? I love the memory of it to this day. first came with some unnecessary complications. I didn't know the family was home.
Oh no.
I didn't know they had little kids. Don't worry, they're all sleeping peacefully amongst my art, but I had no idea. There is a fun to finding things that are not yours, breaking them, and doing with the pieces as you wish. The voice changes. Have you had enough with this one? Or are you ready to meet me and see me for what I truly am? Or are you still hiding from yourself? You turn and see the form of Lux. Or no, it's Nox. And it's the shadowed form made tangible. Cloven hooves, scaled, like a blackened, scaled torso with blackened, scaled arms. Horns, massive horns, and these large, leathery wings that extend behind. Torso. He's taller than you. But this is the Nox that was corrupted by Tiamat. This was Nox. This was the Nox that was within the minute he gave himself over to the Cult of the Dragon. Even before he ascended to this level. This is the Nox you fought in Waterdeep. You're lucky that your god shines a favor on you. But he won't know where you are soon. How does that feel, though? Ogma, the god of knowledge, won't know where you are when you come to find me and your dragon god. Be incapable of getting close. You'll be all alone. You'll be right plucky.
I won't be alone.
Oh, you're gonna bring your little friends. Watch as I kill them one by one. I'll save you from last. I'll make sure you see everything.
I've killed you once before, Nox. You best remember that.
And you've given me time to fester and rot like an unclean wound. I'm far more powerful than the last we met. When I'm done with you, you will be begging for death because it will be the sweetest relief from a torment that you have been protected from. The entire shadow around you warps and turns back into that throne room. The victims are gone, the death processional is empty, but everything looks darker, more infernal. The throne has this iron, this black iron, hellish look to it. There's pillars, the destroyed pillars are now decorated words with skulls and bones. Candles, the wax melting into the floor, surrounding some of the pillars, different areas. sits on this mockery of a throne.
So what will it be, brother? Can I get you to let it all go and let me live? I'm free here. Isn't that what you want? For me to be free?
I want my brother to be free.
An iron birdcage is apparated before you, big enough to house a child within. The spiritual form of your brother lies within it, scared. You for some reason, he can't hear you. Seems he can't even see you. Like if I were to apparate a room, I would imagine the natural response would be like, where am I? There seems none of that. Seems completely oblivious to everything around him. But he's crying in pain and because he's alone.
I want to go home.
You mean him? I don't think I can do that. You see, we had a little deal here. I get this because this ensures you pain. If I give it up, you will not be wounded no more. So I offer a challenge. He's free to take, if you can take him. But death works here, very same way it works out there.
When you say that, the soul of your brother, the younger one, looks up, and suddenly you can see that he recognizes your presence. Lux? What? Gone. And like your hand reaches out quickly, and it's.
Oh, this is so enjoyable. You make it sweet. Confectionery. Every kid would hunger for. Make it too easy, brother. The king's justice weighed low by some illusions, shadow magic. Imagine that. You know where I am. I know you're coming. I hope you like what I've done with the place, because it will be your new home. So, better get used to it.
You said better get used to your new home. Is there a way out?
No, you are desperately wishing for this to end.
Shit.
What do you wish to do? You wish to stand defiant to your
Can I
brother?
attack him?
Go for it. Yeah. You want to cast a spell? What would you want to do?
I want a guiding bolt him.
Okay. You want to twin it?
Yeah.
I'll let you twin it. I know technically you can't make it attack the same guy, but I'll let you do it for this.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool. Yeah, go ahead and make 2 attack rolls for me, please. What level are you casting the spell?
Do a good 5th level.
Okay, 5th level spell.
Roll to it.
Well, it might actually be good still, huh?
I mean, yeah, I got a big bonus. It's
Unnatural 20.
yeah, no, actually. Yeah, no. Oh wait, no, that's an unnatural 22.
Okay. On the first one?
Yeah.
Roll the second.
That is. It's a 29.
Natural 5.
Unnatural 29.
Well, I'd hope it'd be a natural. The unnatural 22 just hits.
Jesus fucking.
Goddamn.
So go ahead and roll damage on both of those as you send 2 guiding bolts in his direction in your fury. You stand before him wholly defiant.
And then 22 is just hits.
And then, fuck, what is it?
22. What do you mean?
It's 46 at level 1, so it's a d6 added per level.
So 86
Times 2.
Yeah, times 2. 4, 5, 6, 5, 80. So 11. 27 for the first one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll real quick. Roll an advantage attack real quick. Just roll, see if you crit.
Oh, no, not
Okay,
at all.
okay, no problem. Yep, because technically it would bestow advantage on the second guiding bolt.
Oh.
So now you can just roll damage.
Okay. 15. Let's see. Did I save it for 16? And then it's 16 plus 10, 26, 35.
Total?
35 for that second
Right.
one.
So, with your scepter, you conjure this guiding bolt, and as you send it outwards, your quick manipulation of magic splits it into 2, and both of the bolts fly in. One impacting this fiendish creature across the torso. The other, as it like battens him down, the other one slamming against his back and bringing him to his knees. And as his hands clutch into the ground, into the cobblestone, they dig in, they churn earth and rock, and you see the wings kind of outstretched. The hair is now kind of disheveled a bit and is now hanging at both sides. And,
Enough. That's how we're gonna play. And this is gonna be more enjoyable.
and he vaults himself towards you, like completely just sends himself flying as if he's going to tackle you to pick you up. Now, that's what he's hoping for, and you brace yourself for that fact. But you hear the sound of a raven, and a quick bird flies straight in, and as it hits right in front of you, as feathers fly out multiple directions, and a figure stands before you with a hand outstretched that catches Nox and sends him flying into the direction of the wall. As he slams against the stone, the figure then starts manipulating thematically, and the stone begins to wrap around like a cage, like a prison, keeping him stuck to the wall that he's now been slammed against. A voice, feminine, that's kind of demanding, says, "You hold no power over my domain much longer, you worm. Now, you're going to put an end to every little trick you use my plane for." Nox begins to like shake and look over and goes, where he spits, fire is left.
I was gonna go, he goes, "Yes, mommy."
You don't think that Noel doesn't know about you? You're a bitch of a deity. You're nothing.
The stone wraps around his mouth.
Oh,
Can't talk. Silence.
all gag. Jesus.
She looks towards you, and you see a porcelain white mask with just no features. Like you see the mouth and no nose, and kind of the eye holes where eyes would be if this was a mask worn, but they're blackened. And a hand outstretches to you and goes, "Get some reprieve. You've earned it." And the hand closes, and you are awake.
This is anonymous.
That was the matron of ravens.
Oh shit. Oh, what the fuck? That's the lady I learned about in my religion check.
Anonymous?
Yes.
Yeah, you have a long day ahead of you.
You wake to a Boris standing over your bed like this.
What the hell? Just want to sleep.
For the first time in several weeks, you feel fully rested. Something about this reprieve that you've been gifted was not as a manner of actually getting sleep, but feeling rested, as if you had.
just sleep.
You can take your exhaustion points away now.
Take all 6 exhaustion points away. That would have killed you.
I was just dead the whole time.
This is like the memories you experience before you die. Like
Your mind is quiet for once.
why'd you sound so relieved in real life?
But it's time to get on with today. You gather your things and prepare for one, Arboris' response to know is coming, and 2, for the arrival of Hakon's tribesmen and Einar, and the arrival of Vidania and Nute with all the spell components that are necessary for the ritual. You didn't get a chance to look at the scrolls. You don't know what was fully needed, but you're hesitant to find out.
I trust Vidania.
3 dead babies.
No, it's not a. I mean, there's going to be some corpses involved, but luckily they're animal corpses. They're, you know.
Vidania's
Just don't be-
out killing.
Just don't be surprised when there's. Just don't be surprised when there's a skeletal squirrel amongst the different. You're going to the plane of shadows, bro. It ain't going to be pretty.
A squirrel's gonna hold this portal open?
No, it's just a part of the material components. Just things getting consumed. There's gonna be a whole array of things that you're gonna.
And baby knuckle bones.
No. That would be pretty dark.
Yeah, it would.
That's D&D gone.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that crosses a line even for me.
Call of Cthulhu.
All right. Well, if we're playing Call of Cthulhu, then that goes out the window. No.
Baby knuckle bones.
You are. Are you ready for this?
I mean, I feel wide awake finally, so. And I was ready to jump in when I was fucking half asleep. So
you're super duper ready.
I'm
Like-
fucking ready.
Good.
Like a detective who can't solve his murder case.
Arboris, what is your response? Are
Um,
you gonna agree to join this quest?
I will, but I have a few words I'd like to say to Lux before I give him my agreeance.
You walk up to Arboris outside the hall of the chamber of the Sword of the Council as you get ready to head out for the day.
Boris is visibly stressed. You can see his eyebrows kind of scolded. His body posture is kind of closed in. And he's kind of just huddled there, kind of against the wall, just like, looks like he's got a million things going on at once. And he lifts his head up and goes, Lux, I've got a decision. I've made my decision. I'll be coming with you. But only because I can't bear to hear about anything happening to you or Hakon. Not because I support you in bringing back your brother. I think, regardless of his soul being split, if the bad parts and the good parts are separated, the bad parts are what makes your brother, and it feels wrong to bring him back into this world, the world that he was rightfully taken from. And if there's anything I can say or do to convince you to send his spirit off to a better afterlife, rather than bring him back into this world, I will. But for now, I will make sure that you make it out alive.
That is my goal. I just want my brother to have peace.
And that's a noble goal at that.
I'm gonna have so much fun in this miniseries. You all gather in the ritual chambers, what we're gonna call it. It's a space that has been designed, opened up. When I say design, I just mean like furniture's pushed out of the way, super heavy, to be roomy. The tribesmen are entered in, and Einar is, he's ready to lead. He's ready to take charge and take command of these men. And for the protection of Vidania, the two of them, Vidania and Nute, start gathering the materials and putting them throughout the room. There is a runic circle that has to be inscribed into the floor, and they have several vials of a crimson liquid that's thick that they pour into it, the amount of blood. They have a chalice that's topped, and as they open it and pour the contents of it into the upside down like bowl of a skull, it's this like dark black ichor that you see, and it looks like it bubbles and hisses as it's poured into this bowl. Nute and Vidania give you a look to confirm, like, we're everything's positioned. Now is the time to cast the spell and like actually begin the ritual. Vidania is the one that speaks. I need your confirmation that when all is said and done, that you will never ask me to do anything like this ever again. No matter how personal.
No.
We mess with some of the darkest elements of existence, and while we have the means to do so, we invite the darkest aspects of the existence into our lives. Whatever God you pray to, pray, and pray heavy. I'm not sure whether your prayers will be heard, but you better hope they are. You better hope your soul is not occupied when you return. Are you sure you're ready to go through with this? There's no going back once we make the decision. If we cast this spell, it's a one-time use. The scroll will burn up and shrivel. If we cast this, you're going in. There's no do-overs, there's no second chances, there's no mistakes.
Actually, no, I don't want to go in there anymore. We just end the campaign right here.
Let's not, actually.
On second thought, did you see my brother in my dream last night? And shit.
I have to save him. He's the only blood I have left.
I know. I know. The candles around the runic circle begin to light up, and Nute and Vidania begin to chant in the language of Netheril, an ancient civilization that dabbled with magic that was far beyond their capabilities that resulted in their destruction.
Isn't that what Nick's sword is, like, written in or whatever? Was Netheril?
It was. Ozeron was a part of the Netherese. He was a general of the Netherese.
Fuck. I knew it.
Can I pray to Bahamut and Agua?
Yeah.
I'd close my eyes and this is what I say in my mind. Bahamut, Agua, forgive me. I'm tempering with very dark elements here, and I hope you do forgive. I do this for a good cause. I'm sorry to drag my friends with me, but this is something I can't face alone. But I have to let my brother release from this imprisonment. I hope you understand.
You feel warmth to your prayers, as if you've been heard. You're not sure what their thoughts are, but just the warm feeling puts a little bit of something at ease. Now, that's quickly washed away because now the flames turn black at about this point, and when that happens, immediately the gravity of this dark magic really hits you. Both of the hands are kind of outstretched out in this weird triangular pattern, and then they go ahead and pull their hands together and begin to interlock fingers on the top hand. And with the outstretched hand, they're on opposite sides of each other. They begin to pull as if they're rowing. And as it's happening, you see the shadows of the flames begin to kind of create a shadowed circle in the center of this runic circle, which then begins to lift up out of the ground. And this ball of shadow, as they're pulling, it begins to kind of stretch and pull until it opens into a realm. This portal begins to create this full circle that goes from the floor to its peak. Within, you see a city square. Well, you see the darkest comparison of the city square. Through this portal, you all can see into the Shadowfell. The sky is darkened. The fountain in the center is cracked, it's dry. The stonework is disheveled. And everything is dark. Gray-scaled coloring. Rot and death of wood. Everything is just dark. It's gloomy. It doesn't feel good to be here. But the three of our adventurers, Hakon, Barboris, and Lux Everis, step in one by one, leaving the portal open behind them. Welcome to the Palace of Shadows. And next week we'll figure out if you make it home.
I can't do the proper slap. I can't do it. Can you do it? I can't make it the pop sound,
And that is where we'll go ahead and leave it off. Woohoo! All the fun stuff! User mind! Now we just got an entire session of Paladin Turtle Torment.
I will say, I do think some of the shit that Nox has done is kind of okay, well,
maybe we don't save
it. Knock him off again.
Ooh.
Just saying, man.
I am so glad. I'm gonna have so much fun with this miniseries. I made this a hard one.
This will be interesting, dude.
Good stuff, man. Next session is going to be amazing. We're going to be introducing a new character, which will be fun. So as you know, Nute is required for this spell, and so Omar and I are working presently on his character, which we are excited to introduce next week as we bring him in. So he'll be level 20 as well. I'm outfitting him with all the magical stuff, all the good things. So he'll be pretty much on par. So you guys don't need to worry about missing out on that fucking invulnerability bullshit. That does actually make the combat probably a little bit easier, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't have an invincible god of a blade song wizard just being an asshole from my bosses, so I actually can drop some hit points. So you guys might appreciate that side of it, but other than that, yeah, that'll be it. So we'll see you guys around. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We will see you next that we stream.
Not next week. Not next week. Maybe the week after that.
I think next week.
Next week.
I'm just saying next that we stream.
Yeah,
we'll see you next time.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's exciting. Be there.
Hell yeah.
I'm all darkened out. I'm trying to brighten myself up.
No.
I was just in a dark place.
It was fun.
That was good.
So was I.
See
good. Glad.
Time.
So glad. Glad that worked.
We sign it off.
Yeah, sign off. We're good.
Alrighty.
Appreciate
Good
you guys.
night.
Thank you so much. Go ahead and drop a
night,
follow.
good night.
Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you.